okay, I'll get you hot chocolate. And, we're all ignoring you, but he's paying attention to you. It's like, are you guys not hearing that?
Honestly, it was my husband that blew him away. He knows my voice. He's hearing David.
I know, but it's still.
It was so embarrassing and hilarious.
But for those of you who don't know, David did both these movies with Josh Hurd, who has his very own cheering section. He's
True
got,
that.
yeah, Josh Hurd, God bless his soul, has groupies, lots and lots of them, and David's the single one. He should have the groupies. So
he'll get them. Josh has been doing it for quite some time.
So
David's are coming.
Yeah, hopefully. So, but that's the thing. There are people out there in the paranormal field. I'm going to promote, and I'm going to promote as much as I can.
Yes.
So, Rick and Jay Lynch and Teresa Lynch with all their work and charity, that is something to promote.
Yes.
David's work, some of the stuff that he was doing was for charity out at Ashmore Estates as well, to Lost Limbs Foundation.
Yeah.
Very important. My husband's a veteran, so that means something to me. No, he didn't lose a limb, because the only war that happened when he was in was Grenada. That was the fight for the beach. Who knew?
There are beaches I would fight for.
It only lasted about 24 hours. So
that was the fastest invasion I've ever seen.
Yeah, and the funny thing is we were on a SAC base. They got them all mobilized and said, oh, done. They must have did it over martinis or margaritas, but I don't know. But someplace I want to go, Grenada. I'd love to see all the underwater statues.
No doubt.
That's a whole story. And then the following week, I'm going to have on Chuck Banks, who's promoting a new book that he just finished today. I guess this blizzard that we had just inspired him to finish it, because it's Into the Void. And of course, today, looking out at this blizzard, it was, you are looking into a void. So I want you guys all to be prepared for that. And, we've got some other, I know that next year I'm going to have some really great guests. I can't remember off the top of my head who they are, but actually I can look at my calendar.
I was just going to say, I can whip the calendar right up here.
Say we got all kinds of people. I have Shay Moyers from here in Kansas City. She did I won a tarot card reading from her at one of the metaphysical fairs. I thought she would be a good person to have on. I've never heard her speak on the radio, but I've heard her speak at paranormal or at metaphysical conferences, so I might have her on. So it'll be interesting to see what she has to say. But we know that there's a possibility that December 10th could not happen, because there's a baby coming.
There is a baby coming, and we don't know.
So we see some of this we got to play by ear. And on December 17th, I have Julie Griffith. I've had to move her around a few times. She's a ghost photographer.
See, I find that fascinating.
I heard her interview on Mike Ricksecker's show, and I thought that she was interesting, and I thought, well, why not? And then I'm taking off the last 2 weeks of the year. I don't think you guys really want to listen to me on Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve.
I think New Year's Eve would be fun, but that's just me.
I think it would be fun, too. I know my friends Ken and Farrah Deal. I don't know if you guys know them. Someday I'll have them on. I think you guys would really like Ken and Farrah Deal. They're demonologists. They had a show one time on... I will have to talk about that later, because it's break time again.
It is break time again, right at it. So, I'm just really excited about everything that we have coming up. I have some questions for you when we get back, and they're kind of my questions, so I'm going to pull rank a little bit and ask them. Not that there's any rank here. So we will be back, guys. This is a 3-minute break, so enjoy yourself, stretch your legs out, and just see you in 3.
listening to WBHM Digital Broadcasting, the best in paranormal talk radio.
Welcome back. You are listening to Fate Radio, and I'm Kat Hobson, your host, with my guest, Denise Pridemore. And before we get too much further down the road, I did want to let everyone listening know that, why, yes, I am going to be renewing my B-Ball license by or on December 10th. So, we are going to have a new baby running around. We're prepared for all eventualities. I've kept a date open in December if I have to reschedule something. And you know what? I'm just so excited. So I also have one due New Year's Eve, and we weren't going to be on that night anyway. So we're all good. And Denise, I'm so sorry because that is the night of your show, but hopefully we will already be there. And I think that it's a close competition, but new baby yummies and smells and snuggles and yeah.
Falling in love is way more important than this show. I'm sorry. I love doing the show and everything, but I tell you, the first time I looked at Ruby when he was born, there's no getting me away from that kid now.
Well,
which reminds me, he walked today. He did
not walk.
Yes, he did. Just before the show.
Oh, sweet little pork chop.
Yep. So.
Well, I'm going to tell you that apparently we had a glitch coming back and people did not hear you. They only heard me for a couple of seconds there. And now we're all good. So.
Well, luckily I didn't say anything all that important. Other than babies are better than doing a radio show. That's about all I missed. So.
Yeah.
Not a big deal, guys. So.
Well, I just am I love our group. Shelly is somebody that I have worked with also in the past, and I love her location. And y'all have not been there yet. You've got to go. It's only in Ohio. It's not that far for you.
Where in Ohio?
Paulding, Ohio, right outside of Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Oh,
it's 17 miles from Fort Wayne.
Oh, okay. Well, we're planning on going to Ohio, but mostly the Cincinnati area.
Well, you'll drive right by there. Or you can. Drive right by there.
Is it that close?
Yeah.
Well, when I think of Fort Wayne, I think of Fort Wayne, Indiana. That's right.
Well, it is Fort Wayne, Indiana. But when I come from Lexington, Kentucky, I come that way because I've been up there after Scarefest.
You said Ohio, though.
It is Ohio, but it's only 17 miles from Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Okay. And there's other places in Fort Wayne, Indiana that are really good that are haunted as well.
There are. And I found out on the show the other day that Defiance, Ohio has UFO activity.
Oh.
Which is where I stay if I'm not staying at the jail.
I remember that. I remember hearing that on the show listening last week.
Yes.
So, or listening to Butch.
Yes.
So.
Because I had no idea of that.
Well, in Defiance, Missouri, there's spirit activity because there's a distillery. Sorry.
Love it.
Sorry. People who don't know me don't know that every vacation we take, we call it our Spirit and Spirits tour. I always find a haunted distillery. So I make sure that Ron gets to go to a distillery and I get to check out the spirits. So, and now I'm good friends with people who own certain distilleries. I'm not going to give out their names because they're haunted, but they don't do tours. So, at least not those kind of tours.
Right.
So, but it's still fun to go. I mean, a couple of these places have actually been on TV, but they don't do haunted investigations. They just only did it for TV. So, which happens. So, but you know, Kentucky's like that. Kentucky's a little bit weird. But
it sure is pretty though.
It is, but you know, Kentucky's two different states.
Yes.
Once you get past Winchester, it's a whole different state. Going east, okay? Going east, Winchester, eastern Kentucky is so totally different than from Winchester to Louisville.
I'll give you that.
Oh, believe me, you figure 35 years of me traveling that road, I know. So, eastern Kentucky is its own special bird. And I'm going to say, you could probably say the same about far western Kentucky by Missouri, but I haven't been out that way in a long time. Even though I did meet Ron in Blytheville, Arkansas, which isn't too far from there. So, but, you know, we were talking about all of our shows. Do we have any new shows coming into the network anytime soon that you know of?
We have Dead Zone Radio coming,
right.
And they are working on their schedule and getting things lined up for that. And I'm not going to tell them that they're thinking about it too much, because that's who they are. They are such technical people. They make their own music. They are just amazing fellows. And Michelle is not qualified as a fellow, but she's equally amazing. It is Leah Michelle Poy and Dustin Coffey. And, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry I can't remember the fourth name. I have just had a brain poot. At any rate, yeah. I've got great graphics where they're coming and soon to have great shows airing. And as soon as they are here, we'll be letting you know. They are amazing people. I'm excited. They're friends. They've done their show. I've been their guest on their show. And it's just fantastic. They have been an FM radio show as well as internet. And I can't wait. And these guys are into everything